on Tuesday nights at 7, but that gives us more time to breathe, to get settled, to come into this moment, to leave the other moments of the day behind. Um, I'm just grateful that we are once again all together on a Tuesday evening. Hello, everyone. I am Yolanda. I am joined by John, Reiki Master Teacher. Even if you cannot see him, you will at some point see him. He is there. He is holding space for us as we enter into tonight's session. This is our second week going live on YouTube. And so if there are any hiccups, I just ask for your grace. I ask for your patience as we continue to figure out this new medium. I am thankful just to have the opportunity to come together with everyone. And we have a little bit more time now. We have a little bit more room in which to expand on our Tuesday night sessions. And so where I typically would be reading, I'm going to allow space and opportunity for us to connect and to breathe. And so feel yourself right now just letting go of any thoughts, any feelings, any tension, any doubt, and just breathe. Take a nice deep breath in, relax your shoulders, come into this space, let go of what happened, let go of what will happen, and stay right here where we are, knowing that we are each surrounded with divine light in this moment, knowing that we are protected, that our spirit team, our spirit guides, our ancestors, are all ascended masters, all spiritual warriors are surrounding us in this moment. So we can let go. We can allow them to lift us, to hold us, to carry us. Knowing that we are supported in moving in any form that we decide to move tonight. So if you want to cry, go ahead and cry. If you want to laugh, go ahead and laugh. If you want to fall asleep, go ahead and fall asleep. All of it is divinely inspired and guided by what your soul is calling for in this moment. And so for right now, let's just relax. Let's breathe and let go. Check in with your body. Let's start by checking in with our heart. And if you feel so led, you can place your hands at your heart center. Taking a deep breath, relaxing and breathing. Just check in with your heart. And imagine that the doors of your heart are open and wide in this moment, allowing all that is good and wonderful to enter into that space, that beautiful space, your heart, where all things flow to and from. Just imagine your breath is carrying all of that good energy into your heart space in this moment so that it can flow out to your arms, your elbows, fingertips. Taking another good deep breath, allow that breath to carry that good energy from your heart down into your belly, to your hips, your legs, your knees, all the way down to your ankles and your toes. Take a nice deep breath in and imagine you are inhaling everything that is good. All of the light is going into your body, into the center of your chest and flowing upward to your throat, to your beautiful face, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose, all the way to the top of your beautiful head. And as we continue to breathe in all that is good and wonderful, staying right here in this moment, let us not forget that we have the ability to ground ourselves at any time with the breath, with some very deep breathing, intentional breathing, and a little bit of visualization, imagining that with each inhale and exhale, there is a light, a bright light that is entering into your body, filtering out to every cell, every muscle, every bone, every fiber in your being that will help you stay grounded and connected. And now, if you feel so led, if you're feeling a little bit relaxed, now continue to breathe in and ask yourself, is there any particular part of your body that is calling for some attention, some affection, some love, whatever you would like to call it? Some would say pain, some would say annoyances, awarenesses. I say it's a call. It's a call for some attention. Your body is calling for some attention on some level, and we want to give ourselves everything that we need. And so do a quick scan of your body from the bottom of your feet all the way up. If there is a particular area of the body that is calling out for some attention, John, as the Reiki master, is holding space. I, as the Reiki master who is guiding us, we're going to send some good energy and light into that area right now. So hold it in your consciousness, any area within your body right now in this moment that is calling for love, and allow us to send that love directly to you. Continue to breathe in, continue to breathe out, and continue to let go. Let go of the worry, let go of any doubt, any frustrations. Anything that may have annoyed you today, just let it go. Do not worry or concern yourself what will happen in the next hour from now. Just know that you are being protected and cared for in this moment. I am so grateful that we are coming together on this chilly Tuesday evening, chilly here on the East Coast, but warm in our hearts, warm in our intention to do everything for our highest good. And as we continue to center ourselves and check in with ourselves, as we do every Tuesday, let us take some deep breaths and prepare to honor all of those who have come before us, all of those who are with us now, and all of those who are coming behind us. Let us just say thank you with full gratitude, honor, and reverence through water. We serve the water back to Mother Earth. I do so here with a plant in front of me. We do it on behalf of the ancestors. Let us feed Mother Earth with this water. Let us honor those who came before us, whether we know them by name or not. They are our safeguards. They are our sentinels. They are our warriors. They are the great mothers, the great fathers who not only fought physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually on our behalf. They prayed for us before they even knew us. They gathered themselves in fellowship to bring us in. They brought us in through joy, through blood, through sweat, to tears. However form that they saw fit to get the work done, they did it for us so that we would not have to. We are so grateful and we are so honored for all of those spirit guides who are still with us, who are still among us, who loved us so in the physical and who continue to love us in the spiritual. We say thank you. Ashe. And for all of those angels who walk among us, whether they be stranger, family, friend, sometimes even foe, those who stretch us and mold us and push us to the highest of highs, those who sometimes will even bring us to the lowest of lows where we can find ourselves, they too shall be honored based upon their level of consciousness in which they come into our lives. We say thank you. We honor you. We revere you. If you come to us as friend, as family, we say thank you. If you come to us as foe, we offer you forgiveness and compassion and pray that the connection is rise to a higher level of consciousness. But nonetheless, we say thank you, knowing that it is all a part of God's perfect plan. Ashe. And let us take time to honor with our hearts full for those who have yet to come into physical existence. Those babies, that energy, that young energy that is coming behind us, those who look up to us, those who are pushing us, those who are counting on us to do our spiritual work, our mental and emotional and physical work, so that their way may be just a little bit easier. We say, come. We open our hearts, we open our arms, we open our minds to greet you, and we honor you. We are excited to meet you. And we say, Ashe, we love you. Mm. And I want to and need to say a special honor and reverence to my great mother, my biological mother, who tomorrow, she made her transition 11 years ago. And so she is so near and dear to my heart in these past couple of days. I would not be who I am, certainly without coming through her, but certainly without all that she sacrificed and did for me. So I honor her this evening. I love you, Rosa. I know that you are with me. I know that you are guiding me. And as I say often, she's with us every Tuesday night because this happens to be her vessel. And so we honor Mother Rosa, who is in the spiritual realm looking over us all. And as we get ready to come into our session of Reiki / meditation / whatever good and wonderful and great things happen to come up in the moment, I just want to take time to say, hey, y'all, and I hope you had a measurable, wonderful holiday. I know it looked quite different for many of us, but just know that we did what we needed to do to keep ourselves and our families safe, and we will meet again. We will come together again. I am certain of it. I am sure of it. And I am grateful that I was able to do for my family what I planned to do, which is cook, and then I delivered the food to them. We're at their own home, so we celebrated separately, but we were still together within our hearts. And so for many of you, if you may be holding some residual feelings from last week's holiday as we move into this holiday season, those emotions may still be there. That mental clutter may still be there. And we see ourselves heading maybe back into a quarantine. And so there may be some fear, there may be some concern. Again, the same concerns that we had back in March, but they may be a little elevated because we've had so long where we thought we might be coming out of this. So why don't we just take some time to breathe tonight? Why don't we take some time to go into each area of the chakras to clear out whatever may be lingering? But let's please do it with full gratitude for all that will happen in this moment. And as we take a deep breath and invoke spirit into this session, spirit's already been here. It is, the invoking is for us. The invocation is for us. Let us get centered. And as we go through the Reiki session, I will call out the different energy centers along our spinal column. Certainly, there are several energy centers within the body and around the body. On Tuesday nights, we do 7. Sometimes we do 8. Maybe we'll do 9 sometimes. Now that we have more time in which to do so, we might be exploring more energy centers. But for tonight, as this is just our second week here on YouTube, we're going to do the main 7 along the spinal column from the bottom all the way to the top, 7. I will call them out. John will hold space and support the flow of the energy, the universal life force that we just happen to call Reiki. If you are new or unfamiliar with Reiki, there are certainly so many particular sources where you can read more about Reiki. I like to say it's a physical prayer, it's a spiritual prayer. It is a grounding and a cleansing of the energy system, the human energy system within our body. And Reiki practitioners are trained to support holding the energy, moving the energy along, detecting different types of energy that may be present. So we may pause over one energy center, depending upon what we feel. John certainly will send energy wherever he feels it should go, but we are always guided by spirit. And so as we take a deep breath, let us invoke the presence of spirit into this session. We thank you with full hearts, with full minds, with full souls who are open to whatever may come throughout the session. We are grateful to be vessels for this channeling of energy, from this channeling of energy from the highest source, which we call love, which others can call God, which others can call the divine, which others could call the universe, all of them meaning one thing. We love one another. We are here to support one another, and we are thankful that spirit has come into this place. May we be guided by the divine wisdom from source energy, knowing that energy will go where it needs to go for healing, for a higher level of consciousness. We say thank you through Ashe. Amen. And as we continue to take a deep breath, and maybe you want at this time to remember any of those areas of your body that are calling out for a little more love. As I get to that particular area of the body, if you want to stay there a little bit longer, please feel free to do so. We are channels of energy. And so the energy that is flowing from us, from myself and from John, flowing to whomever is watching at this particular time, whether you're watching live or watching the replay, energy knows exactly where to go. And because you are a powerful being of light, you can direct that energy. You do not have to be a Reiki practitioner to deliver positive energy into your own body. It is helpful to be a Reiki practitioner in order to detect the flow of energy, but you are powerful. You are absolutely powerful. So if there are particular areas of your body that you have noticed we're calling out for a little bit more love, then take your hands. You may rub them together if you feel so led, and place them exactly where you would like that love to go. So let's take a deep breath, center ourselves, check your environment. If there is anything that could potentially be a distraction, you may want to try to eliminate it right now. Make sure that you are comfortable. I always say, do you have your water? I have my water. Water will be very important after our session. So if you don't have it now, you can get it later. And let's just breathe, y'all. And whatever comes up, let it come up. Let it come up so that it can receive the healing that it needs. Your body knows exactly what it needs. Let it ask for. Let it not be resistant in any request. And so as we take a deep breath, and if you feel so led to take your hands and place them in front of this energy center at the base of your spine, so that would be right by your sit bones, right down all the way at the base of your spine. However you want to get to that area is up to you. It's your body, and as long as you are comfortable, place your hands wherever you feel necessary. You can also place your hands at your hips, on your legs, your knees. That is all part of the root chakra. So place your hands wherever you feel you would like to open up to the power of your root chakra energy center. And that root chakra energy center is blazing with the color red. Imagine right now that there is a tornado of red energy encircling, encapsulating the base of your spine, your hips, your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. You are being surrounded in this moment with the powerful root chakra energy that is coming directly from your body, that is connecting with the energy of Mother Earth, just like the center of the core of the Earth's core, burning bright red. That same bright red is burning within you, in your root chakra, the first physical chakra on our bodies. And as we take a deep breath, the root chakra holds the energy of your physical self, your physical body, your skin, your bones, everything physical about you. And because there is an awareness of our physical bodies, the energy of how do I keep that body safe is also held in the root chakra. So your will to survive, your will to take care of yourself, your will to be safe and to place yourself in safe environments. That also includes how can you take care of yourself financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally? Are you in a healthy environment? Are there any physical challenges that are present within your body at this moment? Are you afraid of any physical challenges? Certainly, many of us are holding fear of contracting COVID-19 or possibly giving it to someone else. That fear can be held in the root chakra. It can show up and manifest physically as things do. Sometimes when you're afraid, you might break into hives. You might have some kind of skin eruptions. Some nervousness may occur. All of that energy stored in the root chakra. And so let's connect with that energy right now. If there are any pain or awarenesses going on throughout your body, now would be a good time to not dismiss it. You want to connect with it. You want to connect with it so you can heal it. You want to connect with it so you can understand it, understand the origins, understand if you need to see a medical professional because of any physical concerns going on within your body. Connect with the idea that perhaps it is time for you to get very serious and concerned about your physical well-being. And that includes where you live, how you live, who you surround yourself with. And certainly if there is any residue from last week, you may be feeling some concerns about your physical self, about taking care of yourself, about taking care of others. All of that energy can get stored in your root chakra. If you are feeling unsupported, and so many of us have been so isolated because of physical distancing, we have developed an energy of loneliness, isolation, whether it is consciously done or subconsciously done, withdrawal. All of those things can show up in the root chakra. And they can affect particular parts of your body. They can create stress, and creating stress can release hormones, will release hormones within your body that can also cause some distress or challenges in your body. Let's take a deep breath and just imagine that that red tornado that we talked about is encircling our root chakra. That energy is pouring in, that energy is pouring out. Whatever is no longer serving us is coming out at the top of that tornado, and whatever energy we need to support balancing and grounding is coming up through the bottom of that tornado. And it is spinning around our hips, spinning around the base of our spine, right from the center of the Earth's core. And you know the Great Mother Earth is always, always there to take care of us and protect us. So just envision right now that the Great Mother is balancing and cleansing and perfecting you in this moment. Anything that no longer serves your ability to care for yourself, to feel safe, knowing that there are precautions that each and every single one of us can take. We want to make sure that we are taking all precautions, energetic precautions, where we are cleansing our energy of anything that is no longer serving us, that we are protecting ourselves, that we are aligning and balancing our immune system, all of that held in the root chakra. We need some building up of our immune systems. Let's call that energy in right now. Just envision that red tornado is spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, cleansing, clearing, balancing, creating harmony within your body. Envision it down to the cellular level of your being. Every bone, Every vein, every tendon, every muscle, every cell is receiving that red energy, clarifying and clearing anything that is not serving you, anything that is keeping you from feeling safe and protected. In this moment, just think of the Great Mother taking care of you, knowing that you are in a safe place right now. Relax any parts of your body where there may be tension and allow that energy to enter into that space. Drop those shoulders. Take a deep breath. Envision that red energy now rising up throughout your entire body. That entire tornado is bringing energy directly from the earth's core up and through the earth, up and through the foundation that you are sitting on in this moment. It is cleansing and perfecting your body. It is going directly into your root chakra and filling your entire being with protective light, protective red light. Anything that no longer serves you is being eliminated in this moment. Take a deep breath. And know that that first chakra, that root chakra, is clear, it is balanced, it is so. And let us move up to the second chakra, which is right below our navel, the sacral chakra. This chakra sitting right above our reproductive organs. And again, if you feel so led to place your hands in that area, that is entirely up to you. Energy knows exactly where to go. And so in our sacral chakra, we are holding our emotions, how we feel about particular things get held in this energy center. This is also the seat of creativity. And we will also go to a chakra a little later on that is the seat of creation. Now, while our reproductive organs are the location of creation of life, things have to be created spiritually before they are created physically. And so physical creations, the energy of those physical creations are held in your sacral chakra. And that also creates the energy of our emotions. Anger is held here, but joy is held here. Happiness is held here. Sadness can be held here. If you find that there are physical issues in this area, it very well could be some stagnant energy that is held there. Let's call up that great orange color to cleanse out our sacral chakras, our second chakra. So take a deep breath. And I will say right now that I am receiving messages that we might have to hang out in this area for just a little while. Could be me, could be you, could just be the divine wisdom that I am receiving about the sacral chakra. Could be because we are in an emotional time. And so there may be some emotions held in this sacral chakra that need to receive some love. Just envision an orange light. I don't know if anyone has done this as a kid or even as an adult, where you may have stared at a light or stared at the sun, and then you close your eyes and you kind of see this reddish orangish light, orangey light. Just envision that type of light is entering into your being in this moment, right into that sacral chakra, right below the navel. And this orange light feels warm. I'm going to say it feels warm, and envision that this energy, this light that is entering your body right now, is a warm light, almost like an infrared, but not really red light, that orangey color, right above that sacral chakra, right within that sacral chakra. And it almost feels like that light has to penetrate the sacral chakra like a laser. So many of us avoid being emotional, or we are overly emotional. And sometimes that creates a block within the sacral chakra. Sometimes our creativity feels blocked. Sometimes we feel as though we can't push through certain things. There's something that has a hold, could be anger, could be guilt, could be shame. There are so many different emotions that can be held in this area, but right now it feels like that orange light is almost like a laser cutting through concrete. Let's take a deep breath. Mm. And I'm hearing that I can't create, and that could mean several different things, not just what we think of creativity when we think of the arts or something along those lines. It could also mean produce. Maybe at work, someone is having a hard time producing like they once did because so many things seem to be in the way. And so I'm hearing and feeling I can't create. Let's change that narrative. Let's change that energy. Let's allow that bright orange laser to cut through that concrete of lack of creativity. There's some strong emotions being felt in this chakra. And so we're going to send some powerful energy, some powerful love into that space right now. Just envision that that laser is getting stronger, it's getting hotter. It started as warm, maybe it's warming up just a little bit more because it's got a lot of layers to cut through to allow things to flow. We want all of our emotions to flow because if you shut down one emotion, you shut down all emotions. So we want those emotions to flow. We want that concrete barrier to our emotions. The other thing that concrete barrier does is that it keeps things in. And remember when we started, we said we were letting go. If you gotta cry, then cry. If you gotta laugh, then laugh. If you don't know what you're feeling in this moment because you've been shut down for so long that you are uncertain of how you feel. If the holidays are not looking the way that you are used to them looking and it has you feeling confused and conflicted, then let that energy, let that emotion rise up. And you rise up to meet it. Because as the beautiful beings that we are creating space to handle and balance our emotions. So let's take a deep breath. That laser is still going. That laser is working overtime to create space. We want to create an open channel of feeling because that is our indication that we are alive. We want to feel everything. We want to feel strong desires. We want to feel pleasure. The sacral chakra is also the energy seat of pleasure. And certainly around this time of year, so many different emotions can be going wrong, but the one of pleasure, I don't know about you, but I feel like a little kid when I see the Christmas lights and Christmas music and all of the things that can occur around this holiday. And even if you don't celebrate that particular holiday, the significance of people coming together, being a little bit more kinder, compassionate, and creative. We got to get creative this holiday season. How are we going to connect with one another? Well, we won't be able to connect if we're not connecting to our emotional selves. I don't know about you, but that laser is doing work in my sacral chakra, and I'm more than thankful for it. Being in control of my emotions allows me to make better choices. I'm not making choices from a place of fear. I'm making choices from a place of knowing and being in tune with who I am. So let's take a deep breath and thank that laser for doing all of that spiritual surgery, that emotional surgery. And it may not get done in one session. We might need to do some more sessions to break through the emotional walls that we all have built up. We all have them. We're human. And let's take that beautiful orange energy. And if you feel so led, clear out some of that brick that we broke through. Let those emotions flow. Let everything that you've been holding in this entire 2020 year, let it out. Maybe not in this session, maybe in a couple of days. I should always give a disclaimer that Reiki energy does not end when the session ends, and those emotions can come up at a later date. It's okay. Energy does exactly what it is intended to do. And so let's move right above our navel to our solar plexus, which is the third energy chakra on our physical body. And this energy center is burning yellow, that beautiful yellow, that calming yellow. Yellow is such a vibrant color, but it's also a very calming color. And the solar plexus, which is right above our navel, is the seat of our mental energy. All of that stuff that we are overthinking or not thinking about gets stuck in our solar plexus. And so let's envision right now. Let's see. Let's envision some yellow, flowy fabric that's just blowing like a breeze in the wind. That yellow, flowy fabric that is the indication of our solar plexus. And stuff can get held within that fabric. We can think a thought and then it gets stuck. And then it starts to become a belief. And then we start to believe it and only that. And we don't allow ourselves to be open about any other belief. Let's let that fabric flow. Let's let that wind blow through our solar plexus in this moment. So just envision that you have maybe a yellow satin fabric and it's shiny and it's bright and it's billowing in the wind. And it is allowing all of those thoughts that have gotten stuck in our solar plexus to flow freely. This is where you think most about who you are, your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, your image, all of those things that you believe about yourself. Sometimes people will say things and it gets stuck, or you'll see something, you're comparing your life to someone else's life, and all of that thought process gets stuck in your solar plexus. We want to raise that energy to another level where you know you are courageous, you are one of the best things going. That energy center right now is flowing. All of those thoughts that no longer serve you are being shake right on out. And you are being open to thought, open to new thoughts, open to new ideas about who you are and what you can do. You are open to new thoughts about your place in this world, how the world looks. It looks vastly different now than it did in the beginning of this year, and it can look vastly different next week. So any of those belief systems that we hold in our solar plexus that no longer serve us, let them shake away and let us be open to the possibility of all things, the highest possibility at all times, so that our thoughts and our choices reflect that. And that is someone who is courageous and free flowing. Open to new things, open to new possibilities as that yellow energy in our solar plexus is blowing. It looks so pretty. It looks so desirable to feel that way about yourself, to think that way about yourself, that there is nothing you cannot do. And so if there is some energy from last week, if there is some energy from the holidays that is telling you that you won't get through it. You've gotten through this year. You can get through anything. So start to believe something different about yourself. Raise that vibrational level of how you see yourself through your solar plexus. And if at any time you are ever feeling lost, you are ever feeling that you are overthinking or there's no clarity in what you're thinking, place your hand right above your navel and think about that free flowing yellow energy where you are open to the possibility that you are the greatest thing walking on earth, because you are. Now let's take that energy and move up to what many people know is my favorite chakra, the heart chakra. And as we called for in the beginning, for an opening of our heart chakra, let's envision it is bursting open just like a flower. The heart chakra energy center is represented by the color green and pink. So if you feel so led, envision a green and pink flower that is opening up, just inviting in everything good and letting out great and beautiful, amazing fragrance. All things flow to and from the heart. Your heart center, your heart chakra is the place of love. Mm-mm-mm. I love it. It is the transformative energy that all of us can depend upon, because love is the greatest transformative energy in the universe. And so, if there is anything within your heart right now that feels like it may be blocked, like that flower might be closed, we want to open it up. Open up that green flower in your heart chakra right now. And just as we did in the beginning, with every inhale, you are inhaling everything great and wonderful in the universe, and it is going directly to your heart. All of that good oxygen going right to the heart, getting right into all of your blood cells and being delivered to every single part of your body. Imagine, if you will, that you are delivering love to every cell in your body in this moment, with every breath, with every heartbeat. Let's just envision that that flower is getting wider and wider and wider and wider, inviting in, but also emitting out everything good and wonderful. This is also the seat of forgiveness and compassion, because you can't have love without forgiveness and compassion. I say it every week because we need to be reminded that loving means being compassionate to ourselves and to others, and forgiving ourselves and others. And that takes a lot of time for humans to forgive. And I mean truly forgive, not forgetting. Forgetting is bypassing. True forgiveness is seeing things differently. It's changing your perception about what happened. And that takes a lot of filtering. So if anyone is feeling that they may not be able to forgive a particular person, situation, or occurrence, let it filter through your heart. It may take a couple of cycles. Just keep doing it until that flower is opening up more and more and more. Many of us felt as though we had to close our hearts because so many things were so disappointing this year. It's okay to open your heart back up and allow the universal life force energy that we happen to be calling Reiki, that really is love. Allow love to go into those parts of your heart that may feel broken, that may feel disappointed, that may feel isolated and alone. If this holiday season is not looking like it is going to support you in the way that you need, then call on that energy that is within your heart to go into those areas in this moment. Take a deep breath. Be honest with yourself, because love is honest. Love is truthful. Ask yourself if you've been connecting with energy that feels loving, either through people, places, or experiences. If you are not experiencing love in your life, now is a good time to ask why and to ask the universe to give you the answer. Hmm. And so I don't want to close the flower in my heart. I want to keep it open. I'm going to allow every inhale and exhale that I am experiencing to open that flower up more and more and more and more. And that is something that we can do whenever we feel we are in a situation that feels unloving. Just take a deep breath. Don't close that flower up when you're feeling like you're in a situation like that. You actually want to open it up even more so that you can raise your consciousness so that your choices and the decisions you are making come from a place of love and not from a place of fear. There are only two emotions, love and fear. And we want to come from a loving place. It doesn't mean that you get let to have people walk all over you, but it does mean that you come from a place of loving yourself so much that you will not allow anyone to close your flower up. Keep it open, y'all. Let it flow. Let those things that feel unloving get filtered through your heart chakra. Burning green and pink. Create that flower however you envision it. And anytime you are feeling unloved or unlovable, or that you are not receiving and giving love equally, let it filter through your heart chakra. And then ask the universe to provide the answers that are more loving. And as we take a deep breath, let's move to the fifth chakra, our throat chakra. I also love the throat chakra because it is often the chakra where I have the most challenges. And it is teaching me so much more. And so the throat chakra burns blue, a beautiful blue, like the sky. It is right at the center of your throat. It also includes the lungs. It includes your ears, your neck. You know how your ear, nose, and throat are all connected? That is all connected in the throat chakra. All of this right here. We'll get to the eyes in a moment, but right now we're focused on the nose, the ears, and the mouth. And it's particularly interesting right now since COVID-19 is a virus that can attack your respiratory system. And so we want to clear out our throat chakra. We want to rise the energy in that blue energy center to such a level where we are protecting and safeguarding ourselves. It is also, as I said before, a chakra of creation. We create through our throat chakra. We create through what we hear. We create through what we say. That alters our perception based upon how we hear things and how we express ourselves. And so I love the throat chakra because it supports us in asking for what we need and being very clear in what it is we need. And certainly right now, many of us have only had to communicate via telephone or Zoom or some other form where we may not be picking up physical cues from one another. So we've had to get very clear in our communication with one another. And I love the fact that many of us have had to ask for things that we may not necessarily have had to ask for. Either we've had to ask for help or we've had to ask people to stop doing things, but we really have had to come into our own and using our throat chakras in a way that we wouldn't have if 2020 hadn't shown up the way that it did. So many of us have had a lot of exercise through our throat chakra. So just envision that blue light. And think about, let's see, the blue light. I may be dating myself, but there was a particular store that used to have blue light specials, meaning that the blue light would go off and everybody would run to that area to see what was on sale or what the special was. And so let's envision that our throat chakra is the blue light special, that we have very important things to say. And we are creating our life experience based upon the things that we say and the things we don't say. We've also had to use some discretion this year in terms of the things that we don't say. Many of us have had to become activists this year. And so we've had to learn to find our voice and to speak on behalf of others who either could not or would not speak for themselves. Many of us have had to learn how to turn down our voices to let other people have an opportunity to speak up. Many of us have had to learn how to be silent so that there's not so much activity going on so that we could hear. It is very difficult to hear and talk at the same time. That is why these two are connected in the throat chakra. So what are you creating? Are you missing out on things because you're talking too much and you're not listening? Or are you missing out on things because all you're doing is listening, but you're not expressing what you know to be true? Just some food for thought. So let's imagine that that blue light special, that light is going off because we have things to say, and there are certainly things that we need to pay attention to. Many of us have never paid attention to politics like we had this past year. Thank God for the throat chakra. Let's take a deep breath and think about the will to express ourselves and the will to create based upon what we say and what we hear. And let those things be in a higher order of consciousness. My blue light is going off because there are a lot of conversations that I need to have, and I want to be clear in thought before I do them. And so that is a great segue that brings us up to the sixth chakra, right between the eyebrows, our brow chakra, or our third eye, as many people call it. And you can place your hands this way, you can place your hands this way, you can even place your hands like this to get all of that good third eye chakra energy. And the third eye burns indigo. And I love that it is closely connected to the throat chakra because it also includes your eyes. So what have we been seeing this year? How do we know what to say and how to say it if we're not clear about what it is that we're seeing? And so, as I said, many of us had never paid attention to the things we've had to pay attention to in 2020. Our eyes are literally open to new things, new experiences. Many of us, I don't know where you've been, but many of us didn't know that racism was as bad as it is. Many of us didn't know how hard it is to teach children. Now you know, because we're doing it at home. Our eyes have been open to so many different realities this year. So our third eye chakra has been open because this is a spiritual chakra. Our vision, the way in which we envision our lives, all of that energy is held in this third eye. What have you been seeing? How have you been using your spiritual intuition to guide you this year? Many of us who may not have even been aware of our spiritual intuition have had to use it to navigate where we go, how we're keeping ourselves safe, how we're keeping our family safe. We've had to get very creative. This is also a creation chakra. Things are created in the third eye before they appear in other places. And so getting very, very clear about what we're seeing, being very, very clear about what we create through our perception of what we're seeing is very important so that we are clear in how we're expressing ourselves. Taking the time to become very clear in our third eye chakra is very important to keep us in alignment with our holy and higher selves. And so let's envision that indigo light that is burning through our third eye chakra. Let's just envision it as a beam going outward, coming from the back of our heads and going outward from between our eyebrows. And envision that it's almost scanning our environment so that we're not seeing things at surface value, we're seeing the deeper meaning. Look at the deeper meaning behind things and changing our perception. changing it in a way in which we see all things as a possibility, that we don't see things as a challenge. Now, I know 2020 has been very challenging, but how can we change our perception? Now would be a good time as we come to the end of the year to think about all of the things that you may have learned this year about yourself. You made it through. Do not sell yourself short for making it through this most difficult year. You've had to get very creative. You've had to use your sixth sense to navigate this most challenging year. Give yourself credit. Draw upon that energy whenever you need it. Before you make decisions, sit silently and think about what you're seeing, connect that with what you're hearing, and connect it with our last chakra on our physical body. Let's move up to the seventh chakra. Connect all of that energy to the crown, right up here, about an inch above our heads. The crown chakra is the seat of our spirit, and it burns violet. Beautiful violet light that gets lighter and lighter and lighter the higher it gets. It is the highest point on our bodies, and therefore, as the highest chakra on our bodies, it is our connection with a higher power. However, you may call that higher power is up to you, but it is the source of all life, the source of all energy, the source of every good and great thing. And to take that energy and to apply it to your third eye and to your throat chakra and all of the chakras will help guide you in making appropriate choices for your life that are in alignment with what you see for yourself and what you see for the world. So many people pray for so many things. We have that energy within us to create it when we envision it and when we connect with our higher power. And so let's take that violet energy and create a bubble, if you will, or maybe a garment. Let's do a royal purple garment that encases our entire body. It is the highest point on our body because we are higher order thinkers. It is right at the top of our head, right in our upper brain, right where all that good energy flows from up high. It is where divine wisdom and intelligence comes from. We're some smart cookies. We figured out a lot this year. Who knew that so many of us were like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts? We figured out how to survive under the most challenging conditions. We learned how to fix things because no one was coming into our home to fix things. We learned how to support one another. We learned how to, some of us were baking bread and doing things and making gardens and doing all of the things that our ancestors did to survive. We drew upon that strength from our higher power, and it carried us through this year. And so let's tap into that beautiful energy that is stored right here in our beautiful crown and allow it to balance and cleanse and assure us that we are always taken care of and we are always protected. Let's take a deep breath and feel the immense love that is coming from our higher power, coming right into our crown chakra, down to our third eye, into our throat, into our hearts, into the solar plexus, into the sacral chakra, and into the root. That immense love is present now, present always. And imagine that you are just gathering up all of this good energy, storing it in your heart. Gather all the love that is present in this moment. Gather all the love that is present within your body, within every inhale and exhale. It is cleansing and balancing and perfecting every part of you. And if you are still aware of those areas of your body that were calling out for love when we started, imagine that you are breathing that love into those areas in this moment. Imagine all of the good energy that we created together tonight is flowing right into those spaces. John and I will also hold space for you and allow that energy to go where spirit knows it needs to go. If there is anything within your being that is seeking to disrupt the flow of that positive energy, we call forth the higher energy of love to intercept it in this moment. We want, the divine wants nothing more than everything that is good and great for you. Take a deep breath and know that it is so. And as we continue to let that good energy flow, as we do every week, we end the session through sound. Sound is a great healing instrument. It's why we all love music. It's how our moods, our energy, our feelings, our thoughts can be changed when we hear soothing and great music. I'm using a Tibetan bowl at any time. You can use music to cleanse your energy. You can use a bowl. You can use clapping of your hands. Sound is a great way to raise the vibrational level of the energy within you and around you. And so I do so with the bowl because I want nothing but good and great and wonderful things for you. Knowing that this session may have come to an end, the energy never, never, never stops. Energy can never die. It can be transformed, but it can never die. And so it's in that energy that I say, thank you so much for attending this session. And I know that all is well wherever you are. Mm-mm-mm. How you feeling, John? Oh, he's on mute. There he is.
Feeling good. A lot of energy came through tonight.
I'm telling you, I thought it was just me. I was like, ooh, we got to talk about this one, John. Oh my goodness. Particularly when we were at the sacral, I felt some energy and at the heart. And so, oh man, but it was good. It was good. It felt very loving. It felt very loving. And like I said, I don't know who's watching because I've had to switch from the Zoom to YouTube. So if you're watching this live, we thank you for joining us. If you're watching on the replay, we thank you for joining us. If there's anything that John or I can do to expand your knowledge of Reiki, please don't hesitate to let us know. John hosts a meditation for people of color, Black people, once a week on Mondays. If you would like information on that, you can reach out to me and I will let John know. We are here every Tuesday at 7. I will say that there may be a switch in the time because I do have some courses that are coming up on Tuesday evenings that are supposed to end at 7. But I don't want to push. I don't want to push it, so we might have to move to 7:15 or 7:30. We'll see how it goes. I know that spirit is always in control of all things, and so I'm not concerned or worried. I know wherever we are at all times that the divine is there working on our behalf and loving us to pieces. So I thank you all for joining us, for hanging in there with us as we figure this new platform out. And we hope to expand because we have time to do what we want to do. And so maybe we'll get into, the 8th chakra. Maybe we'll get into the 9th chakra. I don't know, John. We can do whatever we want. So thank you for joining us this Tuesday, and we hope to see you next Tuesday at 7.